Start your Python 3 interpreter using the Python or Python 3 command for Windows or Unix-like systems respectively. The control flow structures of Python, such as for loops, while loops, and if statements, are all introduced by statements which are terminated by a colon, indicating that the body of the construct is to follow. For example, for loops require a body, so if you enter for I in range 5, Python will change the prompt to 3 dots to request you provide the body. One distinctive, and sometimes controversial aspect of Python is that leading whitespace is syntactically significant. What this means is that Python uses indentation levels rather than the braces used by other languages to demarcate code blocks. By convention, contemporary Python code is indented by 4 spaces for each level, so we provide those 4 spaces and a statement to form the body of our loop, x equals I times 10. Our loop body will contain a second statement, so after pressing return, at the next 3-dot prompt we enter another 4 spaces, followed by a call to the built-in print function. To terminate our block, we must enter a blank line into the REPL. With the block complete, Python executes the pending code, printing out the multiples of 10 less than 50. Looking at a screen full of Python code, we can see how the indentation clearly matches, and in fact must match, the structure of the program. Even if we replace the code by grey lines, the structure of the program is clear. Each statement terminated by a colon starts a new line and introduces an additional level of indentation, which continues until a dedent restores the indentation to a previous level. Each level of indent is typically 4 spaces, although we'll cover the rules in more detail in a moment. Python's approach to significant whitespace has 3 great advantages. First, it forces developers to use a single level of indentation in a code block. This is generally considered good practice in any language because it makes code much more readable. Second, code with significant whitespace doesn't need to be cluttered with unnecessary braces, and you never need to have a code standard debate about where the braces should go. All code blocks in Python code are easily identifiable and everyone writes them the same way. Third, significant whitespace requires that a consistent interpretation must be given to the structure of the code by the author, the Python runtime system, and future maintainers who need to read the code, so you can never have code that contains a block from Python's point of view, but which doesn't look like it from a cursory human perspective. The rules for Python indentation can seem complex, but are straightforward in practice. The white space you use can either be spaces or tabs. The general consensus is that spaces are preferable to tabs, and 4 spaces has become a standard in the Python community. One essential rule is never to mix spaces and tabs. The Python interpreter will complain and your colleagues will hunt you down. You are allowed to use different amounts of indentation at different times if you wish. The essential rule is that consecutive lines of code at the same indentation level are considered to be part of the same code block. There are some exceptions to these rules, but they almost always have to do with improving code readability in other ways, for example by breaking up necessarily long statements over multiple lines. This rigorous approach to code formatting is programming as Guido indented it. The philosophy of placing a high value on code qualities such as readability gets to the very heart of Python culture, something we'll take a short look at now.